Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I literally just rolled out of bed and I'm so freaking exhausted. I'm just so tired. I don't know why. I need to take some vitamins or something, but I'm about to like fall asleep everywhere. I have to go to work today, so I'm going to show y'all some ways that I try to make myself look awake. I'm going to show you my everyday makeup for work, and I'm going to share some tips and tricks on how I help myself look awake when I'm really not and I'm really exhausted. But I'm going to share those with y'all today. So if you want to watch this work makeup look, fresh makeup look, I'm not sure what I'm going to be calling this yet, but just keep on watching. Okay. First tip, I know that I have oily skin, but it's gotta look hydrated. It's gotta look nice and hydrated, not greasy, hydrated. So that's why I'm gonna be using the Hangover RX. A few pumps on my hand. I'm just gonna rub that around. And I'm wearing my glasses today. I'm not gonna wear my contacts because again, they're a killer. I need to get me some more. So today I'm going to be going in with the Fenty Beauty Foundation. The stuff is really good. It's a matte to satin foundation. It dries down, but it doesn't dry down fully matte, so that way it makes you just look. It kind of has a little bit of something going on, but it's not straight matte. And that's why I really enjoyed this foundation a lot. Now we're going to move on to concealing. Because you do want to conceal those dark circles that you have, like me. I'm going to just dab this underneath the eyes. I'm not really going to do too much of highlighting. Just going to do a little bit just to bring some brightness into the face. That way we look more awake and refreshed when we're not. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up the face with the M527 brush. It's just a really nice fluffy bronzer brush. And we're not going to really do too much contouring today since we are going to work. We're just going to do an overall bronzed so we look a little bit more natural. I'm going to take a smaller mirror and do that. And I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Okay, so now we're going to do blush. Blush is important. Go in with the WetnWild Color Icon Blush in the color Pearlescent Pink. Just this really pink blush. What I would do is I would recommend using a pinkish blush or a peach blush. Those are my favorites, and those really bring some life back to the skin. Me personally, I like to go in heavy with the blush, but not too heavy to where it's like pink blob. But I just like it to stay all day and look like fresh. You can even skip the bronzer and just put on blush and it would look great. And you want to focus it on your apples of your cheeks. at nighttime, if I'm doing like a look to go out or something, I would take a little smaller brush. Zoe. I would take a smaller brush and just focus it on towards the back instead of mostly on the apples. Okay, so now for highlight. You don't have to do this, but I do. So I'm gonna go in with Becca and Jaclyn Hill's highlighter in the color Champagne Pop. I'm just gonna pop that. I'm not gonna go in too heavy today, just because I'm really tired. Okay, so my everyday palette that I usually use is the Carli, Bybel, and BH Cosmetics palette. This palette is really, really great for everyday use. 4 highlighting shades and a bunch of eyeshadow shades and some really neutral ones. But they do have some shimmers in here as well. But I'm gonna take a fluffy crease brush, and this is literally what I do every day. It's nothing extravagant, it's nothing hard, but it does brings out the colors of my eyes because I do have blue eyes. I recommend using colors that go well with your eyes, that way they make them pop. And I noticed that oranges and medium tone browns really make my eyes pop for the color blue that I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this brown right here. It's very low, as you can see, and then I'm gonna mix it in with this cream color shade just to mute it a little bit so it's not too dark. And I'm just gonna run that inside the crease. Circular motions and windshield wiper motions all over. This doesn't really have to be precise. Actually, you can even use a bronzer color and just pop that into the crease, and it would do the same trick. And I'm gonna take this highlighting shade right here. I'm gonna go in with my ring finger, and I'm gonna tap that all over the lid. I would recommend going in with a shimmery color, that way it gives like a little sparkle to the eye. I need to go to sleep. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with mascara. That way they're not all clumped up in the corner. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. I'm going to be using the NYX Tame & Frame eyebrow pomade in the shade Blonde. And what I like to do is I like to just follow the natural brow hair. I'm not really going to create a new arch because mine already kind of arch. I'm just going to follow that natural line, and I like to start underneath first before I go on top. And you don't want to go harsh in the front right here. You want to kind of start off slow and then drag it down. If you want to go into the front, you can just feather it a little bit. A score in that eyebrow. Sometimes it'll I can put stuff over and it'll cover it. Sometimes it won't. So it just depends on the day. So now I'm going to take the very tip of the brush and I'm going to flick some product up. But barely anything is on this brush. Okay. If you get too much product, you can always take your beauty blender or your Eco Tool sponge or whatever you're using and take the part that you put the concealer with and just go over it. The very quick. Now I'm going to set them with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist in the shade Light Medium. And we're just going to flicker that through the brows to set them so they stay all day. I never set my under eye. Why do I always forget that? Oh, way too much. The trick that I like to do is I like to go in with a kind of shimmer shade in the inner corner to widen the eyes and make them pop a little bit more, going in with the packing brush and the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I think it's called In Light, or maybe mixing of the two, but I can't find the little sheet. It's not, I can't find it. I just don't know where it's at. Okay, so let me show you what I did. I went in with that In Light shade and I went into the inner corner right here and I just dabbed it. Kind of went up a little bit on the nose, but not too much. Now for lip colors, I usually go in with a glossy lip or like a nude lip, just because I am at work. I'm not going to be wearing reds or whatever. I've did it before. I've got lots of looks. Like, ooh, what is this girl wearing a red lipstick for? Because I'm a rebel. That's why. For today, we're going to just do whatever. And I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit matte lipstick in the color Nudie Patootie. I love the doe foot applicators. They're really, really nice. They have like a little, I don't know if you can see that. They have like a little dip in them. That way they form perfectly to your lips. This is very nude, but I'm going to go over with a gloss. But if you wear this on its own and it dries down, it looks really pretty. Let that dry. This is the color. Actually might skip the gloss and just do this. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna skip the gloss for today. So this is the fresh face. This is what I usually do every day for work. It's not too much, but it's just enough to make you look wide awake, and you know you ain't. So there you go. I'm gonna pop on my glasses. This is what I usually look like at work, including the hair. And I get a lot of comments on my skin ever since I started wearing the Fenty Beauty Foundation. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, girl, your skin looks so great. And I'm like, girl, it's Rihanna. I don't know if y'all are the same, but every time I put on makeup and I got finished, I'm like, oh yes, girl, I look snatched. And then I'm wide awake. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please like this video and comment down below and give me your feedback or tell me what you would like to see next. Thank y'all guys so much, and until next time, guys, bye.